So this is the Lymow One Plus. This is sort of a first impressions unboxing and what I've sort of thought about it after a mow or two. Special thanks to Lymow for sending this out for review. We're going to be doing 2 videos, this one, and then I'm going to come back in a month or two and tell you about sort of like my final thoughts on this mower, full review kind of thing. I want to start out by saying, like, I've reviewed a ton of robot lawnmowers at this point, and this one, because of the nature of it being just an absolute beast, we'll get into that in just a second. I wanted to use it at my parents' house. They have a massive backyard, probably not massive, it's big. It's a big backyard, big front yard, smaller side yards, but I wanted to see if this thing could prove itself against tall grass and a lot of grass. So I had them send the unit there and I've been testing it there. Yeah, so there's just a little caveat there. This thing, just right out the gate here, it runs on tank tracks. So no tires, we'll get into that in just a minute. And it's made to do something a lot of other mowers can't really do, which is just actually mow your yard really well. And I'm not just talking about like European style small backyard, or what do they call them, gardens, right? This thing like cuts high grass, thick grass. So the question, you know, I'm trying to answer here is not can it mow the grass, it's can it mow my parents' grass, which again, there's a lot of it. So why should you care about this thing? Well, you know, if you have a big yard, right? I mean, the Lymow One Plus is just gonna do a fantastic job with large lawns. Dense grass, real terrain up to 1.73 acres a day, slopes up to 45 degrees, and of course there's no perimeter wire here, so you can have a large outdoor space that you need to mow. Even though this is an unboxing first impressions, I did want to get into the form and function like we usually do on this channel, so let's talk about the form. Right out of the gate, you unbox this thing and it's really heavy. I think it's like between 80 and 90 pounds, so you might need some help even getting it out of the box. But to me, that's not a downside. This thing is just a tank and it's built like a tank. It literally has tank treads on the side of it. And that's something that like, I like. It's something comforting. It's like this, even just looking and holding it feels like it can mow a ton of grass. Aside from the build of the robot itself, the machine, the vehicle itself, this uses actual blades. Most robot lawnmowers have these little discs and then they have these almost like razor blades that you would like shave with around them, and they sort of just like snip the grass. This has actual blades like a normal lawnmower. And that's huge, but I honestly think the real winner here are the tank treads on the side, because all of the lawnmowers that I reviewed in the past, the robot lawnmowers, have tires, which those are fine for most yards, especially well manicured yards. But the second part of the vehicle gets stuck in something, those tires just wear into the ground and just make these holes, and then you have to go pick it up and move it. These tank treads just have no problem getting around and through and over things. It also has something called a Life P04 battery, which is something, this is a huge battery that's meant to be kept around for years and years. You're not having to replace this every season. And again, I'll mention it, there's no wire. Some of these lawnmowers require you to sort of put a wire in the ground, kind of like a invisible dog fence, if you will, and then it can't go past that wire. This one's not there. It uses an RTK and then a VSLAM, I don't really know how to say it, to allow for positioning of this machine. So that sort of is a good segue into the functionality here. So what that does here is you do have a GPS positioning with cameras and sensors. So kind of 2 layers of vision and positioning for this thing. It's finding its like true to world positioning based on GPS and satellites, and then it also has cameras for smart detection, knowing when it's going along an edge, knowing when something's in front of it, when it needs to go around something, the tallness, thickness of grass, all sorts of things. So you have this sort of like general lay of the land that it gets from the satellite, and then a very precise with the cameras and sensors around the body, which is really cool. And it's really fun, like while it's out there mowing, you can see it on the app, but you can also tap in and actually get a camera view of what it's seeing while mowing, which is super neat. I think what's cool is you can draw up to 80 different zones with this mower. And so like if you have a neighborhood where every yard is accessible, be that guy. Offer to mow all of your neighbors' yards, and maybe, you know, this mower does 2 yards a day and you make it around the block, and then it starts back again on Monday. Everyone could pay you a little bit, pitch in, make the purchase even more worthwhile. I've even thought about like buy a few of these and then just go drop them off in neighbors' yards and get paid to be their lawnmower. I digress. So going back to the blades, these are 2 rotary SK5 blades made of steel. They can spin up to, I think, 6,000 RPM. Another cool thing about this mower is it uses what Lymow calls a cyclone airflow system, which basically like has an upward draft. So as it runs over grass, it kind of like pulls it up and then it cuts it. So you have this really nice even grass cut across your yard, even when the grass is thick or damp. I honestly think the tank treads have just powered through a lot. My parents' yard has various like divots where like the gutter drain is, there's hills, there's like big patches of grass that go over like dirt areas, and this just powers through all of it. It's insane. Now, all of this said, it's obviously not going to weed eat. It's not going to edge as nice as, you know, using a weed eater or something. You'll probably still have to do that. But when you have a yard the size of my parents', this beats paying for someone to come mow that or doing it yourself, even if you have a ride-on lawnmower. Unless you just love doing that stuff, I totally get it. I like to mow my grass too. But if you just don't have time to mow your massive yard, this thing can do it for you. And that said, it's taken about a day and a half to mow my parents' entire yard, but again, my dad's not having to do it. This mower's doing it. It can do it while he's at lunch, while he's at work. It's really neat. And I think it's cool too, the AI here being used for sort of the smart vision. It can detect animals, it can detect a ball in the grass, something new, something old. You can map around certain gardens and things like that. So having this with kids or a dog or cat or something is not a huge safety concern because of how smart it is. Another thing too I'll mention is the deck that mows can go up to 4 inches. With a big yard like my parents have, they like to keep the grass a little bit taller than I would at my house. I'm in between like 2 and 3 inches at my house. This goes all the way up to 4 inches, which is quite long grass, honestly. And it's cool that it's able to go up that high. So yeah, that's sort of been my initial thoughts on this. And I always wrap these videos up with who is this for? And I would say it is expensive. Check the link in the description. We'll try to get you all a discount code. And they do go on sale at times throughout the year. But honestly, if you have a large, not super flat backyard, this is a tank and it can take care of your grass for you. If you've got a tiny little garden, sure, and you've got the money to spend, sure, go ahead and buy this for your yard. It can make really nice lines in the grass, but otherwise this might not be for you. But again, big yard, lots of hilly, weird terrain, tall grass you need to like chew through. This machine is going to do it for you. So yeah, first impressions of this thing, I'm blown away. I'm excited to continue using it. And again, I'll follow up with you all in a month or two to talk about sort of a longer term review, how it's held up, how my parents have enjoyed it. And I don't know what my plans are really. I might even take it over to a friend's house, have it mow his grass, see what he thinks of it as well. We'll see. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks again to Lymow for sponsoring today's video. On this channel, we talk about tech that marries form and function. We like tech that improves our lives and looks good while doing so. So if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing and check out the link in the description for our free newsletter called Form and Function. And we are starting a quarterly magazine over at Form and Function 2, interviewing founders of companies that are making objects worth living with. So if that sounds cool, check that out in the description. Thanks again for watching. Watch that video next. I think you're gonna love it. And we'll see you all in the next one.